Yeah, well, Rich, I just got to say, as far as, and I'll try and keep this short, the, advice for people, it is really to show up because, like, a lot of these moments that you talked about, I mean, I really love going to these because I get to revisit with all those people that I've talked to over the years because I'm a season two guy, and to see them blossom into the people that they've become, and really see how legit this effort is. And to me, I we're we're changing the world, and
One mind at a time.
but it's an endeavor that always needs to be better, and there's always room for excellence here. And so there's always room for better ideas, and those are, I'm always excited about the new people coming because there's always somebody new that really changes the world. I mean, for me, there's been a couple people in season 9 that really have changed my outlook, and I actually Phoenix as well. Phoenix with his sales meetings, I think really kind of changed my mindset on some things that I was doing wrong, and to some degree maybe I could be like one of the best students because I'm always here, but I'm probably one of the worst students because I ain't got it yet. Like that little magic secret thing that I'm trying to find, I just ain't got it yet. So I'm here and I'm practicing and I'm doing it over again. But I am certainly, when I don't know how to lead myself, I just follow those people that I see leading, and that means I'm involved with a lot of stuff. And I am super glad to be involved with all that because I have seen Phoenix. And by the way, Phoenix is the one that changed center stage into center stage. He's the one that suggested that. But there's just a bunch of people that are spoke tonight, and some that haven't, that I draw inspiration from because I know them, and I know the struggles and the hardships that they're going through, and they stuck to it, and they kept going until they got to where they were supposed to be. And that's certainly something I'm experimenting with myself, and to a large degree, I've reinitiated the ethical emergence course, and we're doing something I'm calling the professional utility management project, which is there's 9 people involved, 8 actually, because we just had one withdraw. But we're doing an experiment on how do we do this better? How do we practice, uh, excellence, habitual excellence better? And it's a learning process that, I've kind of got a method, but then everybody else gets to contribute, and we get to find out, what really works for people, and then we get to share that, and we get to be wiser through 8 different perspectives on, this is where we want to go. How do we get there? We can try a lot of different things when it's 8 people working together, and so that's what I'll bring to the table for tonight.
Well,
Rich, before you jump in there, Mike,
please.
if I could, I'd like for you to say a few words. A lot of the season 10, well, all of the season 10 students are going to be sorely coming up short this season, because we are short one autonomizer, Mr. Robert Podolsky. He passed away recently, and Bob had one of the most profound impacts on my life after meeting him and understanding some of his works. And I really, really, really wanted to study with him over the last year or so, and it just never materialized. And it's a huge regret that I have. And so, if you could, Mike, you were pretty close with Bob. If you could just say a few words.
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, we're going to do a memorial tomorrow, as a matter of fact, which is at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if anybody wants to attend that, please feel free to. But we're going to do a full blown kind of thing about his life. But Bob was a thinker, and he thought a lot about some really valuable stuff. I think there's a particular video that we shared on Center Stage this past Wednesday, where he talks about, you know, we know how to get, like, we know what needs to be done. It's just a matter of doing it, and I think that's where he was, heading. And that's, the ideas that he had, I think are legit. And there's a bunch of, there's a bunch of information that he's put out there that, maybe we just kind of glazed over because of, timing or whatever. But it's there, and we're going to continue his legacy. And so, there's something here in Acapulco that we're going to do. It's called the Podolsky Advanced Learning Institute. And it's definitely something that, I've been working with Bob on this idea for a couple of years. And, it just never became, real. But it is, basically a combination of all his work plus all the stuff that he's influenced, all the people he's influenced. And you'll probably get a chance to see some of that tomorrow, where people will be calling in from all over the world. Uh, and it's going to be, it's going to be difficult without Bob, but it's also going to be great to see his legacy carried out. And so that's what I'm dedicated to.
Well, the first thing Bob did when he got here was contributed. He made the 12 or 15 weeks ethics course, and that is still today. It's like the gold standard. No one else in the freedom movement has an ethics course. No one else in the freedom movement teaches ethics and sales that are congruent and non-cringeworthy. So like he really did a service by coming in and saying, yes, this problem solving stuff's all good, but what if the outcome is different than your intention? What do you do then? Right? That's when you have to be responsible and fix stuff and get it done right. And what's that called? Not the ineffective ethic, the
Valid ethic.
Invalid ethic.
Valid and invalid ethics.
Thank you. I'm still a student. I'm learning my way through these things too. And then Nimetz tomorrow, that's 3 p.m., right?
Yes, 3 p.m. Eastern time.
All right. And I'll try. Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then are the links in the grant or in the autonomy community?
Yes. Yeah, on the event page.
All right, that is fantastic. And what's your pro tip for everybody?
Well, again, I'd say show up, certainly believe in yourself, and listen to Rich. I mean, Richard, you are the man. I mean, when it comes to there's just so many things that I've learned over the years listening to you that I sometimes it's like, no, that can't be, is that possible that he can practice like that? Like the one that I love the most, I think, is probably, help me understand that question. I see you use it incessantly, really, when it comes to the Q&As and stuff. And it works so beautifully, and you demonstrate it. And really, if people put that into their rapport, man, the world would be such a better place.
It was taught to me a long time ago. It's two parts. Like my mom told me, you don't know until you ask. And then I had a boss and mentor when I first got out of college, and I already had sales skills, but he said, look, let me just teach you. If you be the learner, he didn't use those terms, but he's like, you have to be in learning mode. You have to be questioning. And so the question you can ask at almost any given time, can you help me understand how to get to the airport? How, all these different things. It's just a key phrase that opens doors in life. And I use that key a lot. and it helps me understand. And once I understand, I can take action, and all these beautiful things start to occur. And it works the same for other people when they use it too.